Hello Libra, Marina from the Butterfly Effect. This is your weekly reading for the 7th of July. I'm either reading for a man here or you're dealing with a Libra man. He's come up in the read. I've got a combination of Lenormand, my fairy oracle, a bit of Rider-Waite, a bit of oracle, blah blah blah. Okay. This is the person I'm reading for here. Before I get into the oracle cards, I'm not going to read them in full. It is just a weekly. This is someone who doesn't really know how to trust in their life. This is someone whose trust may have been damaged in the past. This is a man. It may be like a corporate man. It may be someone who owns his own business. It may be just someone who, I really do feel the person I'm reading for here is more very isolated, probably lonely. With the Tower and the Dark Lady here, this sort of strikes me as someone that may have been in a sort of long-term depression. I mean, that could be for grief, possibly, with the Dark Lady here. Whatever it may be, the Dark Lady is really heavy energy, especially with the Tower. This would be someone who isolates himself and doesn't necessarily express the issues that they're having. The Dark Lady is all about mysteries, and she can be a bit like, you know, the occult, but she can also be like the dark night of the soul. But with the Tower here, not only is it isolated, it's very, very long term. It's almost entrenched. This is something that this person is desperately trying to break free from. This is someone who is trying to end a really dark situation. I mean, as I say, it can just be like working for a really nasty employer, or being involved in I don't know why I keep getting cult. It feels like a cult. It's been involved somewhere that's not cool, okay? And this is someone who wants to break free. This is someone who wants to regain their independence, their financial independence, their mental independence, their physical independence. It really does feel like someone is very much trapped in a situation, and where they're looking to move to is the lovely storks and the journeyman. And this is real positive movement. This is someone who knows the direction they want to travel in. Getting there is a different story. The stork, it can be about immigration, it can be about traveling, it can be about babies. Not really getting that. I'm just saying that somebody just wants to regain their independence. They want to have trust again. They want to, like, you know, be with friends that are uplifting, with my positive hedgehog love spirit, but they don't really know who to trust. And the message that they are receiving this week, if this is you Libra, is that the universe is going to show you who to trust. So with the Kitsune is like, you know, can be like a random person, you know, usually red-headed, maybe a fox, pay attention to signs, that sort of thing. But it sort of just means that someone is going to come into your life that's maybe going to show you the way. It's maybe going to give you an out. It's going to show you how to move from that really oppressive dark energy into this sort of trusting and joyous and uplifting energy. But unfortunately with that comes an enormous amount of anxiety for this person. This person is really trying to manage their emotions with Tobias. Tobias is about gracefully accepting change, yet she also does have a lot of fluctuating emotions, which is what the birds are. Their anxiety, their stress, their panic attacks. It can also be social media. I'm getting a feeling that it has something to do with social media here, and that this person actually has trouble with their own communication. Either they communicate possibly aggressively with the whip, or don't communicate at all. It's almost like all or nothing, and it's trying to get some sort of balance here, which will ultimately bring in this, which is a fantastic card. This is a new way of being, and this is what they're working on. I'm not necessarily saying they're going to get there yet, but their vision is actually quite clear. It is just a case of how to fulfill that, how to accomplish that, and managing their emotions and anxiety, because they do seem to be coming from a really dark place, and it is very, very long term that they've been stuck there. I mean, it almost feels like I'm reading for someone who's been in an abusive home their entire life, and you know, they're getting an opportunity to like go to uni, or you know, get out and get their first job. Like they're nervous as hell about it, because what they've always known is really oppressive and hasn't really allowed them to express themselves. They're almost afraid to express themselves. Maybe the pushback's really hard. Yeah, the whip is absolutely an issue. I mean, it can suggest all sorts of arguments, aggressive speech. It is around someone's actual freedom as such with the spirit dancer. Spirit dancer upright is, I mean, this is almost like somebody who needs to or wants to have an aggressive outburst to state what they want from their life. And that's where the spirit dancer comes on. She is this about focusing on like maybe just a project, but it's somebody who wants to explore, somebody who wants to break free and, you know, sing their own song, so to speak, with the piper here. But the piper doesn't really speak. The piper like speaks through music, you know. This is someone who's maybe attracted to something or someone and wants to move in their direction, but it's taking an enormous amount of will and effort and balance. So with the compass, they know again which way they want to move. You know, their direction is set. Now with Bodacious Boda here, they're either thwarted by a masculine in their life, or indeed they sabotage their own positive progress, because he is my self-saboteur as well as being like my meddlesome old man. And someone really needs to break free from this. Again, I've got the Death card and I've got the Six of Swords. This is a transition. This is not something that happens overnight. It is big, it is difficult, it is complicated. There are a lot of missteps along the way. And, you know, I don't know if it's their own self-sabotage, or I say, or it is someone else in their life who is preventing them from moving on. But to have two Death cards here, like I say, their trajectory is clear. And it is really promising that they are coming out at the end of their spread, almost exiting their spread. I know it's not a grand tableau, which would have more prevalence, but this is like the progression. The Three of Wands is again planning for the future. It's having a vision for the future. It's sending out your messages about the direction you want to move in, and you know, say waiting in your ships coming in. This is the after tarot. But it's also got the Guardian of the Gate. I've just had this in my Aquarius reading. Now, all my readings I actually did live yesterday, recorded them, but they took so long to record, I decided to relay the cards and just read it from that. I've got a feeling this might even have come up in Gemini. So all my air signs are, you know, dealing with similar stuff. Guardian of the Gate is a really positive card. It is passage through trial, but it's not nailed on. It's not a dead cert. You absolutely have to have learned your lessons and, you know, have the right passwords for when you get to the Guardians, because they are going to quiz you and question you. The gate is open. It's only open for a short time. Yeah, it's like a portal, and if you miss it, then you miss it, and you need to wait till it comes back around. But, you know, this man here does know where he needs to go. He does also know what he needs to extricate himself from. He probably needs to surround himself, or at least try and bring in more positive people into his environment, because with the Dark Lady, the Tower, the Whip and the Birds, there's a lot of negativity in his life. It can just be negative self-talk. It doesn't need to be external. But yeah, if this is someone who's like taking advice from others, it's probably not great, and they need more positive people in their life. So hopefully the Kitsune will come in here this week and show them who they're able to trust, who they're able to open up to, and who's actually going to help them without taking advantage of them. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Okay, Libra, advice. What advice do you have for Libra for the coming week? Advice for the Libra I'm reading for the coming week. Advice for the Libra. Do you know, this just almost feels like suddenly, like, so whatever the environment this person is in, maybe it's a long-term marriage, for example, although I kind of feel I'm reading for someone younger than that, but let's just say that's what it is. It's like they've gone back to, they've been isolated with their partner for a long time. You know, maybe they live in an isolated place, or they've moved away from their, you know, natural home that they were born in, and now they are like coming back into the fold, like, you know, their old friends, the people that know them, the people that they trust, and they're having a jolly old time. And it somehow now seems to be even more jarring than normal for them to re-enter the environment that they have briefly removed themselves from. Okay. Libra, be open to healing information. Libra, advice, please. I don't feel asked it, that's fine. Exchange energy to create abundance and drop your shields. So this is basically saying that the Libra I'm reading for is someone who needs to open up with drop your shields. There may certainly be people in your life you've had to create, you know, defenses around. And this is where the Kitsune comes in, but there is most definitely at least one or two people that you can open up to, who is going to, you know, give you like a fair hearing and good advice and have a really helpful conversation for you. So I think it's just saying that you need to be able to lower your shields, lower your guard, and have a conversation with someone you trust, who's probably someone that you've known for a long time, who's actually never done you any harm, and maybe talk about what you're going through, Libra. And throughout that energy exchange, you might be able to see, you know, the road ahead of you that wee bit clearer. Okay, Libra, that's your reading for the week. Please have a good one. Please look after yourself. Talk to you soon. Bye.